But you heard that song? Better get that song ass music. Sorry ass music on someone, nigga. No, my 2K failed.
First opened in 2017, there's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Tennessee Titans and the Atlanta Falcons.
Benny, shut up. I'm gonna pop your quarterback. Like I did you last night, no homo.
I'm gonna out the first.
Man, this might suck. I'm gonna lead the party, alright?
This guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Forced out to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a trunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself.
It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose, and the Falcons grab it. And how about the big boy showing off the wheels?
Let's face it, anybody who watches a game, even if it goes against your team, when there's a big man with the football, everyone locks in.
All eyes.
Everyone locks.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Wesley Woodyard, he does a little bit of everything, and this time he gets the sack. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And room there to work it inside the 25. Call it. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. A teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. Being chased, and he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Taking it in from 11 yards out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Not the first time on this drive. And he takes off with it. It's a fake.
One more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Now on 2nd and 13, Mariota. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Partner, it's often the man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Mariota eluding the pressure right. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Titans. Marcus Mariota, 31 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And some room to work. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. That's going to be a 103-yard kickoff return. What a run. And the Falcons push further out in front. And he takes off with it. It's a fake.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times where they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking out some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Check. 180. Check 45 to Mike. Blue down, blue down. Check 9, check 9.
A first down carry for Henry. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Ricky. Man left. Easy.
On second down, here's Henry. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left. But that man, Derrick Henry, boy, was he one of the stories of the postseason. Leading rusher in the NFL during the regular season, but even then, kind of under the radar. But he really showed America how valuable he was during that Titans postseason run. A 3-game stretch starting with Week 17. Charles, 2-11 against Houston, 182 versus the Pats, and 195 in Baltimore.
And forgotten was Derrick Henry shredding the Kansas City defense with well over 100 yards in that game. So in playoff time, when he plays big, which he normally does, Tennessee tends to have success. That's the kind of back that they have in Derrick Henry.
And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Mariota. to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
On third down, Mariota. Escaping the hit comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose, and the Falcons grab it. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And great effort. Does he get burned for that in film? He fought through some tackles. End result, though, a fumble.
It's going to be one of those situations where he'll get yelled at about the fumble, but at the same time get a check mark for the extra effort. And so it's one of those tough, tricky things for coaches. You don't want to coach it out of them so much that you take away the effort. You just want them to be conscious of taking care of the football.
And that's going to bring up a second and forever. The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with second and very long. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Check 55.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. That'll be a 6-yard pickup, and it leaves him with a third. Very long.
Check 55.
Third and long. It's Ryan. Flush to his right. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for fourth down. This offense converted once already in this first quarter. They're going to try it again here on fourth down. Now it's Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They run. Devontae Freeman. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. Well, they were going draw play there. The defense wasn't fooled. They sniffed it out.
I think they're going to have to go back and take a few more acting classes, because that's what a lot of that is. You've got to influence them to think that it's going to be a pass play and have them drop out, and maybe the defensive front coming forward.
And Freeman lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans, and they will take over with a football just outside of the 10 at the 12-yard line.
Well, that sure started out as a good example of what they call backed up or coming out on offense, meaning you're backed up close to your own goal line. Big-time emphasis on practicing.
Here comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. To throw Mariota, and it's caught, and he will score. Touchdown, Titans. From 6 yards away, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Extra point try now for Succop.
As the offense went on the field to start their last drive, you know they discussed in the huddle, hey, if we put one in the end zone here, we've put ourselves in a position to start making a comeback.
And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Charles, as the Falcons come back out here on offense, you got to help me process their 2019 season. One thing for sure, fair to say that they were a second-half team, as in second half of the season, because this club started 1-7, 6-game losing streak, weeks 3 through 8. The talk about Dan Quinn maybe being let go, and maybe it was a team that needed to bottom out and get a high draft pick, but then a funny thing happened. They started to win.
Yeah, maybe I should get a cardigan, get a pipe, sit down and listen to you talk your way through this team, because it's a lot to process, isn't it? But one thing about Dan Quinn as their head coach, relentlessly positive. Never let go of that. The team stayed with him. Many people thought maybe he might have lost the team. He never did. And they had that big finish, 6-2, one of the best marks in football, including beating New Orleans on the road, beating San Francisco on the road. So when you look at it, ownership said, hey, this team likes playing for this coach. Let's give it one more shot. Now he'll have to retool his staff a little bit again. But bottom line is that team believed in their head coach. Head coach believed in his team. They got a chance in 2020.
Ryan hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And a return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Mariota to throw it. Flushed out right. Eluding the pressure right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The Titans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
And they're going to go for it here on the 4th down try. Mariota's going to stay out there. To throw is Mariota. Ball going deep here for Taylor. This is caught at the 20. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And the Falcons say they have it, they do. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. 10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons. Freeman again, a 1st down carry. He's got a 1st down and more past the 30. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. And he cuts left, and he's got an alley. Pushing through tacklers at the 30. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Here's Freeman. get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield.
And he loses the football a second time. Marcus Mariota and the Titans about to go on offense. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. My word, it'll be nothing short of a monstrous loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a second and about a mile here. The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with second and very long. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Give him 2 on the run. They need a lot more than that coming up here on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Ryan got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to...
Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got it? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. My goodness, it'll be a disastrous loss on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Again, it'll be Freeman. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. The Falcons on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and goal. They'll roll him out right. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal. Here's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. And this is going to be incomplete.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Mariota now. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
14 yards there and a Falcon first down. On first down, Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good... quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On second down and 4, Ryan. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards the pickup, first down. A 20th carry now for Devontae Freeman. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A huge loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a second and forever. The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with second and very long. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 27 yards on the game there, and that's going to bring up a third down. Ito Smith, his first carry. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. It'll wind up being a huge loss on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
I think we could easily read his mind there. There was just no place to go. Tried to bounce it and get outside on the draw.
Yeah, but the defense wasn't thinking pass. They knew that they were running it.
And I love the way that they covered all the gaps. You know, we can do all the lettering and the numbering and all those things, but those run fits that we talk about all the time, each person fitting in the proper spot on defense, you see the end result when they do that.
Now on fourth down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete. And, Charles, they just handed them a gift. Going for it there. That spot of the field inside the 24. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Mariota. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans have taken the lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. It was a safety, Kevin Byard, that time, who was able to knock it away. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Ryan looking end zone for Jones. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, 38 yards. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.